Hello, everyone. My name is Amy Krynicki. I'm one of your facilitators for this full moon uh, detoxification we're going to be doing over the next 30 days together. Welcome and thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining on the replay. We are going to go over a couple little things to get going. Thank you for spending your time with us today. So, um, So I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, and this has dramatically changed my life. And I wanted to show you the new tracking system that we have. So you will get this in your kit if you haven't already. Otherwise, the link to this is in the resource guide. So I'm going to share my screen. So today would be everyone's day one, if you have your kit. And I know that there's a lot of people starting at different times, and that's totally okay too. So this is a little different. There's some of us that have been doing this for a while, and there's some of us that are brand new, but this tracker is brand new to everyone pretty much. So I'd love you to fill this out when you get your kit. Yesterday would have been our day 0 for starting today. You can see you're going to be filling out digestion, energy, weight, sleep, optimism, aches and pains, stress, food choices, your water, your commitment, and your general feeling of health, and also your weight. How you feel in one word. I would encourage you to take selfies, take one of your face and take one of your full body. And this can be for you. Later on, if you do have the option to share this as a review on iShop Purium to get $10 off a future purchase if you review it with a picture. But mostly it's for you. And there's those little shifts that you're going to be seeing that are so small. And when you're looking at yourself every day, you're not going to notice. But if you are keeping a tracking system like this, it's so nice to go back. I still have my trackers from like 2.5 years ago, and I can see how my body's changed and fluctuated. So I love that they have this. Like day 3, I remember seeing a lot more changes. Like it was very dramatic on day 3 for me. So we will remind you to fill this out. It's also on your schedule. That's why it says day 0, day 3. Those are the days you write in your tracker. And you should have a little tape measure that comes in your kit as well. And this will be in the kit. The back side of this is great for people that to get into this habit of taking your nutrients. That's what we're going to be focusing on day 1 through 10. It's just getting good at taking your nutrients and getting the 2 rounds a day in. So these first 10 days, you're going to be easing in, cleaning out that pantry, starting to eat cleaner. Mary will be talking more about the food choices as we go along, but we're going to be making sure to take those 5 aminos, the Biomedic, Power Shake, all of these you can see with this. It's super nice and helping you be consistent. So Mary Jane, do you want to go over what a sample day will look like if you're doing the ULT plus immune with us? I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for showing that, Amy. I'm excited to actually have not used that tracker yet, so it'll be my first time using it as well. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Mary Jane. I'm also one of the guides and facilitators in this full moon cleanse. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, a Reiki practitioner, and also do regenerative cleansing as well. So maybe if you've done a parasite cleanse before within Purium, if you could just put a 1 in the comments below and just kind of see like where we're at and kind of who's done one before. Just kind of curious. But yeah, so kind of a day for cool. So it looks like a couple of people have done one before. Wonderful. So, kind of your average day when we're going through these 30 days is going to be waking up and cutting a lemon in half, squeezing your lemon into your water, and having your 5 aminos. I like to take a little break, 15, 25, 30 minutes or so, and then having your power shake, 5 tablespoons with 20 ounces of water. If you have your shaker bottle, you can just shake it up right in there. And then having one biomedic. And if you're doing the plus immune option, this is when you would be taking the 2 zinc aids in the morning. So then from there, I really like to keep fruits going in the morning. So if you want on this, the sample tracker that we have that you could have a heavy metal detox smoothie, or if there's another smoothie that's mostly fruit based that you like to mix up, or doing mono fruit, just really trying to keep as much fruit as you can in the morning until about lunchtime. And then at lunchtime, you have that option. Do you want to do another round of nutrients, or do you want to have a meal, or like a more of a meal of a salad or something of that sort, or maybe even more fruit? So if you're going to do another round of nutrients, that'd be doing your 5 aminos with your power shake at that time. And then from there, in the afternoon or any time that you're really hungry, just continue to keep reaching for fruits and veggies throughout the day, or maybe make an herbal tea or something to just kind of keep that coming in, the nutrients and liquids coming in through the body. And then at dinner time, again, we have that option of, if you decided to have your nutrients and for breakfast and lunch, then at dinner time, you'd be going into a meal. So you can have, there's a bunch of options of different meals and dinners on the schedule that we sent out to you. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, a bunch of wonderful recipes there that you can use all throughout the day. So then if you decide to have your round of nutrients once in the morning and then eat food at lunch and then do a round of nutrients at dinner. So that would be then when you're doing the 5 aminos, power shake. And then in the evening, we're also doing the 1 biomedic. And then if you're doing the immune option, that's when you're going to be doing 1 zinc aid there. And then also before bedtime, having your cherry juice. So the one in the glass bottle, the tart cherry, about 2 tablespoons with water, and just choosing how much water is right for your body. If you have too much water, it might make you go pee often during the night. So just kind of balancing like what is right for you and your body with how much you want to mix it with. And then when we move into the middle of the cleanse, so kind of day 10 to 20, that's where we're going to be moving in with the full moon there, of doing the deep parasite cleanse. And then that's when we're going to be adding in the super cleanser. So the super cleanser will do 2 capsules with our morning round of nutrients, and then in the evening we'll be adding in another 2 capsules there. And then if you have any specific questions or anything about your schedule and how it might vary or anything of that sort, just speak with speak with one of us that helped enroll you, and we'll kind of dial that in specifically for you and your specific needs. So if you have any other questions about that, just reach out to us individually. And I hope that kind of gave you a little good summary of all of that for you. The biggest thing is like really listening to your body though, and eating fruits and veggies, and really just allowing that to come in naturally and listening to your body.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary Jane. So bridging off of that, my name's Mary, by the way, also, and I have also been with Purium for a little over 2 years. When I first started, I was dealing with a lot of chronic health issues from mold toxicity and Lyme disease, and doing 2 back-to-back ULTs is really what finally helped bring my body back into balance. And I'm excited to do this again because truthfully, I've been using these nutrients the past 2 years and it's made a huge difference, but I haven't done the ULT in the same way that I did when I first started it. So I'm excited to really dive in and truly take the 30 days to go all in. And so I want to share with you, I'm going to try sharing my screen. This email that Amy had sent out, or whoever you enrolled with, has a grocery list. Let's see if I can share this. Okay, it's not gonna let me share it. It's okay. Maybe Amy, if you can share it. If not, I can just I was gonna share the fresh fruits and veggies and like grocery list. There's a lot of foods that we can eat. So it's more of looking at the foods that are in abundance that come from the earth. So our fruits, our vegetables, things that are really hydrating, like melons and grapes and tangerines and citrus. All these foods are going to be really nourishing and can help flush the lymphatic system out and really provide a lot of ATP energy to the body. Yeah, so in this cleanse, you'll see the first page is a schedule. And then if you scroll down to pages, like 3 gives you some information on food combining, which is something that's going to be really important, and food basics. So looking at what kind of foods that we're eating. So when you're going to the grocery store, looking at the clean 15 versus the dirty dozen, the clean 15 is really the foods that are sprayed less with pesticides. The dirty dozen are ones that have a lot of pesticides no matter how much you wash them. So things like apples and greens and strawberries, if it's in your budget, definitely try to go all organic. But if not, then sticking with the dirty dozen and going organic for those is a really good start. So for me, when I first started this journey, I literally cut this card out. You can print that page out and cut it out and bring it with you, or, pull it up on your phone and use that as a reference. Amy, if you want to scroll to the next page down, is some tips on food combining. So we'll let you guys read that, but essentially eating fruits by themselves is really helpful because fruits only take about 20 to 30 minutes to digest. And so if we're eating fruits with other foods, it starts to ferment in our stomach, can cause a lot of bloating and gas and indigestion. And the point of this cleanse and like nourishing our body with these foods is to give our body energy and information from them and not weigh our body down with more to digest. So you can take some time to look at the food combining, but even pairing certain types of fruits like acid and subacidic fruits alone or together can be really helpful for digestion, for good digestion. If you want to scroll to the next page is your grocery list. So we really want to focus more on plant-based during these 30 days, but we can meet you wherever you're at. So say you are eating animal products, that's fine. Just know during the 10-day parasite cleanse that we really want to focus on a lot of fruits and vegetables and the nutrients that we're taking, because those foods are really acidic forming in the body. And this is really to alkalize and nourish the body. So the more you can lean into this grocery list, the better. And then know that this is really, it's a lifestyle change and it's 30 days and it's not forever. So if there's certain foods that you really want, just look at this as a way to nourish and reset your body. And you can eventually, see how your body reacts when you add certain foods back in, like gluten and dairy and processed foods. And then the last page, if you want to scroll down to the next one, this will just gives you some information on the ULT guide, which we already talked about. And then at the very bottom is some really good recipes to follow. So yeah, this is the sample meal plan, but you can follow these. So typically I like to wake up and have aminos in the morning and my first shake in the morning, and then I'm snacking on fruit, usually until about noon, like Mary Jane said. But then there's some really great recipes like the liver rescue salad and smoothies and the magical detox soup, and just some really nourishing things where it's more about subtraction by addition. So really adding all these foods in and making them really colorful and vibrant, and flooding your body with food as medicine.
Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary Jane. Yeah, I'm excited the same. I've been doing this for a while, but I haven't done a full ULT like I did as strong the first time. So we're all kind of excited to start over and give our bodies a reset. So we wanted to share our top tips for success. So I would have to say, the first time I started this, I was coming from a pretty standard American diet. So starting my day with fruit was different for me. Now I know that I need to, when I go shopping, I come home and I get all my fruits and vegetables washed and have stuff cut up, have things ready as healthy cues. Someone asked me what healthy cues mean. Just having things that are ready to go and eat, instead of like, if you come home and you're hungry and your fruit isn't washed, we're going to be washing our fruit in a baking soda bath, and that would put stuff in a bowl of water with baking soda, and you want to kind of let it soak for 20 minutes. So you're hungry, you don't want to wait for that. So having that healthy cue. If you're traveling, if you're going out, having a shake with you to go, having aminos, having your foods, having snacks that are healthy so that you don't have to stop anywhere when you're out. Just being prepared is super important, super helps you get this going for success. I like to, in the morning, set out my nutrients too. I have 2 little cups. So I have my morning nutrients, my nighttime nutrients. So then I make sure that I get them in. I know if they're still in the cups by 7 p.m. that I forgot to take them at 5 and I get them in. Another tip that I would have is to let go of being perfect. This is not something that you can mess up. Like any way you do this is great, and just be easy on yourself. This is a process. We're doing this for 30 days, but I would encourage you to wrap your head around a more of a 90-day protocol, because you are getting 2 rounds of parasite cleansing with your kit. So we're going to do this for the first month, and hopefully you stick to it and do it the second month, and the third month you're forming that 90-day habit. So the first 10 days, just get really good at getting the nutrients in, easing into better choices, eating cleaner, and then get those the next 10 days when we put the parasite cleanse in, you'll be more prepared to go a little deeper. But if you go out to dinner or something and you need to celebrate life, like do it, enjoy stuff, and make sure you just get that 2-second round of nutrients in at lunch if you're going out at night, and then just start over and do the best you can the next day. So I think that would be my tip. Mary Jane, your tip?
Yeah, those are great. Thank you, Amy. So one of my top tips, and I'll just share one here, is setting timers on your phone. I could go into all different arrays of different things, but I know for myself, when incorporating a new thing into my routine, and right away, it doesn't become muscle memory to wake up and do these things or to do them throughout the day. So I need to set reminders for myself on the phone. Even if you're like a busy mom or a businesswoman or just doing multiple things, a lot of us wear multiple different hats, and we need that little reminder throughout the day of like, ooh, I even find myself like sometimes it's like 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like, have I even eaten today? I don't know if anybody else has ever found themselves in those places. So sometimes having those little reminders throughout the day. And I know that, yes, that can get annoying when it first starts, but then once it becomes part of your routine, part of that muscle memory of like, oh, hey, it's noon. I need to go grab that thing between things. Yeah, so I guess that's my top tip of that's really helped me be successful, is having that timer on my phone to really get it in, like what Amy was talking about of these first 10 days of like getting it into your routine, of getting it into your system. Set that timer on your phone on repeat. So yeah, that's my top tip. And I'll pass it over to Mary.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary Jane. My top tip is just let go of the old story that you have, and the old patterns, and look at this as a way to step into a new version of yourself and so many different levels. Yes, we have the nutrition, but we're also going to be offering breath work and meditation and yoga. And so knowing that as you heal your physical body, also emotional things might come up. And a lot of times that has to do with patterns in our life, and like the identity that we place around ourselves, and certain diagnoses. I know when I came into this, I was so tied up with like the supplements that I was taking and my identity of sickness. So really letting that go. And as certain thoughts come up, also repatterning that, being gentle with yourself and thanking your body for all that it's doing as detox symptoms and things, if they do come up, and just knowing that it's the part of the process, and allowing yourself these 30 days to really see what it would look like by the end of 30 days to be in better health and to continue moving towards that. A second tip would be consistency with a morning routine. So for me, taking the aminos with lemon water on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, and then going for a walk immediately after. So when I first started my ULT, it became this like, take my aminos, go for a walk, and then meditate and pray. And I had been doing that sporadically, but the power of praying and meditating and getting into that mindful space first thing in the morning without your phone is a really powerful practice. So I really encourage you to not get on your phone first thing in the morning, take your aminos, go move your body and pray or meditate, whatever that looks like for you, and really set that intention, which we'll talk about in a second, but set that intention for, what you're looking to get out of these 30 days, and even each day when you wake up in the morning. Shiva, did you want to share?
Yeah, that's a great one. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys all kind of hit on a lot of the things that I would also agree with. I think for me, it's with all change, I think it's often like overcoming that all or nothing mentality and just kind of getting out of your own way, getting out of your head and not being so rigid and strict with yourself that like when you don't meet that expectation, you just totally collapse into like that guilt, shame, beating yourself up for not, oh, I forgot to take my shake this morning, or oh, and it's like change takes time, and right now my routine is every morning to go to the coffee shop and get a large coffee and a cinnamon roll. And then now suddenly I'm trying not to do that. It's going to be a little hard and it's going to be a little uncomfortable, and you're going to go through that sort of trying to fill that space, and initially your taste may not be for having tons of fruit or having this amazing superfood smoothie every morning, but as the routine continues to develop and that relationship continues to develop, so does the taste, the desire. And then those things that were like so essential to my daily routine all of a sudden sort of lose their allure, they lose their enjoyment, so it's I think just being gentle with yourself through the process. And if you trip and you fall, don't worry, get back up. It's fine. And so I think just being there through all of the ups and downs and just recognizing that it does take time, and in this 30 days you might feel all over the place. But as you're continuing to go down that path and as it continues to become a part of your life, now the second 30 days, all of a sudden it feels normal and it feels like something you're looking forward to every single morning and you can't wait to do it. So I just stay the path, be there through all the discomfort, be gentle with yourself. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shiva. Yeah, that's a really good point. And I would just encourage everyone to stay curious with when things come up for you. You could be releasing emotional things. It could not be all physical things, but if you are having some discomfort and symptoms come up, just be curious if that is a detox symptom that we can move through by going through it instead of pushing it back down, because it might have to come back up again. So definitely be in contact with the person that brought you here, and we're here to talk about this. And we'll also be checking in on Mondays together, and Wednesdays you have a health Q&A call that you can come to as well. And those are great to come to even if you don't have any questions, but listening and hearing other people's questions, something might resonate with you and you'll learn more about this process. So we're going to just set some quick intentions for this next 30 days. We are basing this around our full moon, and it was just the new moon. So for my 30 days, I want to be releasing some sugar addictions that I've gotten back on. I want to release, some habits of eating at night and phone addiction and stuff like that. I want to be releasing that and creating, making room for better morning routines and healthier habits and time blocking and boundaries with food, people, and everything all around. Mary Jane, you want to set intention?
Sure. I have a couple intentions, but mainly getting back into my meditation morning routine and spending less time on technology, which has been an issue this week anyways. So logging off a little bit more of my screen and really doing this ULT fully for the entire 30 days and my plan is to go in with all fruits and veggies and the nutrients. So I'm going to go very plant-based, and I'm excited to see how my body transforms and gets to a deeper level.
Popcorn, Mary Jane. So my intention for this is to really develop discipline and consistency for myself, and to have that consistency to tune into my higher self and source to allow that clarity to come through, and really using the nutrients as a way to deepen that clarity. I tap in a lot with Kundalini yoga, and just so really allowing the central column to be more clear. And now doing like not only energetically doing the work, but now in a place of like really diving in a layer deeper of removing more of the physical blocks in the body too. Yeah, so really creating that discipline and consistency to get to that higher frequency and higher level. And so I guess we're going to keep popcorning around, so allowing everybody to have their voice heard if they would like to share an intention if they have one as well.
And I might add, if you're watching this on recording, go ahead and take your journal out and write your intention. And even if you're here in person, and you can do that on your tracker, but I love to have my journal and write that intention down and write it as if it's already there. Like, I am feeling healthy and vibrant. I am, like, write your goal as if it has already happened. It's a really powerful, I am is a really powerful statement, and the power of writing something down is very potent.
Okay, I'll go. My name is Mindy, for everybody who hasn't met me before, but so I'm really excited for the cleanse to show me the transformation in my own body. I'm really excited to get some energy back that isn't caffeine driven. I'm also excited to see the ways in which my skin changes. I've noticed that when I go like fully off of dairy or fully off of gluten, that just like the way my skin looks completely changes. And so I'm excited to kind of get back into that sort of feeling, and like feeling excited about my own beauty, like on the outer level, but also on an inner level, because I know that the type of energy and like drive that I'm looking for, I've been lacking. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm also really, really, really excited to get some good sleep and good poops. Those are like my like favorite things in the world. So uh I suspect maybe some of everybody else can maybe, sort of vibe with that a little bit. But so that's for me.
Can I go? My name's Rachel, and I did my first ULT last August and September. I did it for 60 days, and it was really transformative. My habits have changed a lot. And my body's been changing and shifting, and it's been fun to feel that. And it's been pretty sustained. Of course, mostly my food habits have kind of my bad food habits or alternate food habits. I don't want to call them bad, crept in, and there's a lot, especially around the holidays. So I found myself in January feeling like, oh, I want to get a cleanse. I want to do the cleanse again. So for me, I am interested in releasing what feel like the toxins that sort of have built up again, especially in the last couple of months. And so releasing alcohol again, releasing my weaknesses, crackers, some processed food like that, and sugar, and just clearing out again, and continuing to deepen energetically and open my channels. So just, I'm really interested in deepening the clarity that does come when my body feels aligned. I'm grateful to do it now with people. So it sort of all came together when Amy shared that people were coming together to do it. So it just feels like really good timing.
Here I go. My name's Roberta, and I'm looking forward to getting back to a good rhythm and spacious routine. I tend to be not a routine person at all, very spontaneous. And getting back to meditation, yes. And getting back to sleep, thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it does for my very problematic digestive tract. I have a pretty clean plant-based diet, but I could completely eliminate dairy, so that'll be interesting to see. And I've also just embarked on a weightlifting program, so I'm going to be interested to see how that goes, because I'm learning that nutrition is so important, how you do it with the weightlifting, which seems pretty light to me. And I just had a huge crash this morning. I was wired but tired, and Amy, the package came. I took the power shake and the biomed supplements, and I think the zinc aid, and it was pretty mind-blowing. I suddenly lost that wired feeling and just was really grounded within like an hour. I was blown away. I didn't think that was possible. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all works. And it's nice to be with everybody.
I can go next. Thank you for sharing, Roberta. I'm Ali, Alejandra. I go by Ali. I love all your intentions, and I'm adding to my list. The ones that I would like to focus on for myself are to just be committed to myself more. I feel like work gets in the way, family gets in the way, and I kind of sometimes tend to leave myself for last, and or I'm like kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna start tomorrow, do it tomorrow. So I kind of just want to do that, just be more committed to myself, and also just I want to create better habits, and I think this cleanse will really help me with that. I feel like being in this group is going to help me with accountability, and it's just going to be a great reminder to keep going and feel like not alone doing it. I just feel like there's going to be a lot, other people doing it with me, and we're all going to have the struggles, and we can just help each other and remind ourselves that we're doing good. And lastly, but not least, I would like to eat or have a better, I guess, connection with food, that if I eat it, I want to be able to control my body and not like fall asleep. Like after eating it, I want to be able to eat, have a good dinner, and be able to like go to bed and be fine and just go to sleep normally, not just eat and maybe like if I'm sitting on the couch falling asleep. That's kind of like my thing. And so many other things, but these are the main ones for me. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you everyone for sharing. I'm looking forward to continuing this. I think everyone shared already. So we will see everyone on Monday. We are going to be alternating between meditation, sound healing, Kundalini, breath work. We're going to be incorporating all that. And every week we'll be touching on an aspect of regenerative health and just deepening in our knowledge of how we do this. So thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for watching the replay, and we will see you Monday.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Actually,
everyone.
does anybody have any questions?
Oh, I do have a question.
Yeah,
Oh,
go for it.
okay, is my mute off? Yeah. I'm wondering if we are already taking supplements, should we drop all those supplements? Like I've been taking branched chain amino acids because I find they help with the workouts, and I take a bunch of supplements. Should I just drop them all and just only use these supplements?
Yeah, it's a really good question, especially the branched chain amino acids. You're getting all the amino acids that you need from Super Amino 23. So I would pause that. And then whoever you're enrolled with, I think Amy, I would just talk with Amy more. Generally speaking, we can just put a pause on other supplements, especially isolate supplements, because they're not as bioavailable and ready to be used by the body. And you're getting a ton of micronutrients. The Power Shake is like a multivitamin. It has a ton of vitamin K and has magnesium. And if you are taking the zinc aid, it has the zinc A, C, D, and E. So there's a lot of overlap. And I found when I first started Purium, I was taking like 15 different supplements, no joke, that I was rotating between. And I was able to get off all of them just by doing using Purium. And there are some other things like C from Nature, which is like whole food source of vitamin C that Purium has. And so I've made the switch over, and I just try to opt for more whole food sources of those because our body can utilize that so much easier. And then it's also way more cost effective.
Okay. I have one more question, and that is protein, because right after these workouts, I'm supposed to make sure I have protein. And if I don't, it really does affect me. So I guess that's just making sure like I have a bowl of lentils afterwards, or is there plenty of protein in eating this way?
That's a good question. So before a workout, I like to take aminos, take 5 aminos, and you might not, I'm not sure if you just have the ULT, you might want to talk to Amy about adding in some extra support, but like MVP Sport can be really helpful. It's a protein shake that we have. I like to take that after workouts, but I take 5 extra aminos before a workout.
5 extra. Okay.
Yeah, I take, which you would run out sooner because then you're, so you might want to reassess your supply and make sure you have enough. But I typically take 5 aminos before a workout, and then I take MVP Sport afterwards just to replenish my protein stores. But something like lentils, like lentil soup, there's some recipes I think that might have lentils or like beans in them. And so you could opt for that. Amy, were you going to say something? Oh, it looks like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was. I would say even depending on how big of a workout it is, sometimes I take only 3 of my aminos before like yoga, and then after class I'll take the other 2.
Okay.
So you can spread them out a little too. But the aminos are your protein. They're your building block of protein. They're your essential amino acids. So those are burning fat, they're building muscle, and they're 99.9% bioavailable. So they're the purest, best protein you can get.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just to that point, we kind of touched on it earlier, but if you're ever hungry, you shouldn't be hungry during the cleanse, right? If you're working out extra, or like you're just not used to eating a lot of like fruits and vegetables, and you feel like you need more protein, you might find that you're eating more often, having the shakes and more fruits and vegetables, and that's totally okay. So try to move away from that concept of like only 3 meals a day. It's more about nourishing and getting in good nutrients. Yeah. Especially if you are transitioning to more plant-based, or like, at least over the 10-day Parasite cleanse, it's okay to be eating a little bit more frequently.
Yeah, fruit will digest so much faster, so you will need to be eating more. Like, don't be afraid to have like a big bowl of fruit, like not just one apple, like keep eating. I'm sorry, Shiva, did you want to set your intention? My fault.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, I think for myself for this time period, I think really just tuning in with my body and kind of getting out of my head, and really just connecting in to, really nourishing myself on every level, and really exploring what does it feel like to remove those things that aren't so productive in my like day-to-day life, but also in what I'm eating and how I'm consuming on every level, and just taking more intentional time to connect with myself, connect with just all that is around me, and just kind of getting out of that just hustle and bustle of the mind and that sort of artificial pressure and just the stories that we tend to kind of fall into, and just really taking time to just find what that center is and to slow down and just to enjoy everything as it's coming through. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out and bring questions Monday and Wednesday. And I think that's it. All right, I'll close again. Thank you all so much for coming and holding space for each other. Really appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Looking forward to it.
Thank you all.